Hello and welcome to the Dreamy Lab tonight. We embark on a serene journey beneath the waves. So recline, breathe deeply, and let your mind drift like the gentle tides as we explore the mysteries of Earth's largest habitat. Let's begin. When you think of history, ancient ruins on land often come to mind. Yet, the ocean hides even greater treasures from the past. Over millennia, countless ships have sunk, bustling ports have slipped beneath the waves, and entire cities have been swallowed by rising seas. Beneath the water, these sites preserve artifacts in astonishing detail, protected by low oxygen and stable temperatures that slow decay. Today, modern technology allows archaeologists to explore these submerged time capsules, revealing vast chapters of human history that have remained hidden beneath the ocean for centuries. Unlike most creatures that age and eventually die, some jellyfish seem to defy time itself. The most famous is Turritopsis dohrnii, often called the immortal jellyfish. When faced with injury, stress, or aging, it can transform its cells back to an earlier stage of development, effectively resetting its life cycle. This remarkable process allows the jellyfish to revert to a juvenile form before growing back into an adult. Because this cycle can repeat endlessly, these tiny beings have the potential to live forever, unless taken by disease or predators. In many fish species, individuals possess the extraordinary ability to change their gender during their lifetime. This phenomenon, known as sequential hermaphroditism, allows a fish to switch from male to female, or vice versa, depending on environmental or social cues. Take clownfish, for example. They are born male, but if the dominant female in their group disappears, one male will transform into a female. This remarkable adaptability ensures reproductive balance and highlights the astonishing flexibility of life beneath the waves. As we close this first chapter, let the mysteries of the deep lull you into a state of calm. May your thoughts drift gently, like the silent world we've just begun to explore. Beneath the waves lies an underwater world sculpted by vast mountain ranges that stretch farther than any found on land. The mid-ocean ridges, for instance, form a continuous chain that encircles the globe, spanning over 65,000 kilometers, far longer than the Andes or the Himalayas. These hidden mountains are centers of tectonic activity, where new oceanic crust is born, shaping ocean currents, creating marine habitats, and influencing the very geology of our planet. Beneath the ocean's surface, certain species of marine algae, especially giant kelp, display an extraordinary ability to grow at astonishing speeds, sometimes stretching over a meter in a single day. This rapid growth gives rise to sprawling kelp forests, dense underwater realms that provide shelter, food, and breeding grounds for thousands of marine species. These vibrant forests are more than just habitats. They act as vital engines of life, supporting intricate ecosystems while also absorbing significant amounts of carbon, helping regulate the planet's climate. In every swaying frond, the ocean whispers its quiet power, reminding us of the hidden wonders and delicate balances that sustain life beneath the waves. It may seem incredible, but the world's oceans contain roughly 20 million tons of dissolved gold. Yet, this treasure is scattered so sparsely, just a few parts per trillion, that it remains invisible, shimmering silently beneath the waves. For now, this vast sea of gold is a hidden wonder, a secret kept by the ocean, impossible to extract with today's technology, and a quiet reminder of the mysteries that lie beneath the surface. The Mariana Trench plunges nearly 11 kilometers below the ocean's surface, making it the deepest known part of our planet's waters. To imagine its scale, consider that if Mount Everest were placed at the bottom, its peak would still remain over a kilometer underwater. The pressure here is immense, over 1,000 times greater than at the surface, creating a world so extreme that only uniquely adapted creatures can survive. Life here thrives against all odds, in darkness and cold, challenging our very understanding of resilience. As you think of these vast, hidden depths, let the enormity of the underwater world remind you of the quiet wonders that surround us and of the peaceful stillness that exists in places few will ever see. Drift gently into this calm and rest deeply now, carried by the silent embrace of the deep ocean. Even though the ocean blankets more than 70% of our planet's surface, Scientists estimate that over 80% of it remains unexplored and unmapped. Within this immense, hidden world lie deep trenches that plunge into darkness, vast mountain ranges that rise like underwater giants, and endless plains that stretch beyond sight. Each layer of the ocean holds mysteries we are only beginning to glimpse, from strange, glowing creatures to ecosystems untouched by human hands. The ocean is one of Earth's last great frontiers, a realm of wonder and secrets, reminding us how much of our world is still waiting to be discovered. As you imagine these hidden depths, allow yourself to drift with the thought that life's greatest adventures often lie beneath the surface, in places silent, immense, and unknown. Beneath the gentle sway of kelp forests, sea otters glide gracefully through the water, their sleek bodies and nimble paws moving with a quiet intelligence. Among the few animals in the wild known to use tools, these clever mammals display a remarkable combination of curiosity, skill, and problem-solving. When hunting for shellfish, clams, mussels, or sea urchins, they dive to the seafloor, exploring every nook and crevice for hidden treasures. Once they find a meal, they reach for a rock, either one they have carefully carried with them or a suitable stone resting on the ocean floor, and use it as a hammer to crack open the hard shells. This process is delicate and requires precision. Strike too softly, and the shell remains closed. Strike too hard, and the precious food inside can be damaged. What makes this behavior truly extraordinary is that it is not purely instinctive. It is learned. Young pups watch their mothers intently, imitating their movements, practicing with small stones, and gradually mastering the technique through patience and repetition. Over time, this knowledge is passed from one generation to the next, creating a subtle form of culture that few non-human species display. Observing this quiet teaching and learning reveals an intelligence that is both practical and profound. In these serene underwater forests, sea otters are more than just playful creatures. They are architects of a small, intricate world where every rock, every shell, and every interaction carries meaning. Their ingenuity highlights the surprising depth of life beneath the waves and reminds us that intelligence and culture are not limited to humans alone. As they float on their backs, cracking shells, nurturing their young, and exploring their watery realm, sea otters offer a gentle lesson. Even in the quietest corners of the ocean, life is rich, creative, and endlessly fascinating. The ocean is the most biologically diverse habitat on Earth, a vast, ever-changing world teeming with life in ways that often surpass anything found on land. From microscopic plankton drifting in sunlit waters to the enormous blue whale gliding gracefully through the depths, the ocean hosts millions of species, each perfectly adapted to its own niche. Its ecosystems span from shallow coral gardens to deep, shadowy trenches, creating a tapestry of life that is both intricate and endlessly fascinating. Despite centuries of exploration, countless marine species remain undiscovered, hidden in the ocean's uncharted realms, making it one of the planet's greatest and most mysterious treasure troves. Among these remarkable habitats, coral reefs shine as some of the most diverse and vibrant ecosystems on Earth. Though they cover less than 1% of the ocean floor, these living structures support roughly a quarter of all marine species, earning them the poetic nickname rainforests of the sea. Each reef begins with tiny coral polyps, delicate organisms that slowly build intricate limestone skeletons over decades and centuries. These structures become underwater cities filled with twisting nooks and crannies that provide food, shelter, and breeding grounds for fish, crustaceans, mollusks, and countless other creatures. The reefs are alive with color and motion. Fish shimmer like living jewels, anemones sway with the currents, and every inch is a testament to the resilience and ingenuity of life beneath the waves. Yet, for all their beauty, coral reefs are fragile. Rising ocean temperatures, pollution, and human activity can quickly disturb this delicate balance, threatening the very foundation of these underwater communities. Protecting them is not just vital for the creatures that call them home, but for the health of the oceans and the planet itself. As we slowly leave the bustling reefs behind and watch the playful sea otters glide through the kelp forests, allow yourself to feel a deep sense of wonder at the intelligence, creativity, an astonishing diversity of life in the deep. Let that sense of awe carry you gently into a state of calm, and let the quiet, hidden world of the ocean soothe your mind. Drift with the tides of imagination, and allow the mysteries of the deep to guide you into a peaceful and restorative slumber, embraced by the gentle, eternal rhythm of the sea. Beneath the ocean's surface, the seafloor is dotted with thousands of underwater volcanoes, silent yet powerful architects of the deep. These submarine volcanoes are constantly at work, erupting molten lava that cools almost immediately in the cold ocean waters to form new crust. Over centuries and millennia, these eruptions gradually build towering underwater mountains, ridges, and even islands, constantly reshaping the ever-changing landscape of the ocean floor. But these volcanic giants do more than sculpt the earth. They release essential minerals and gases into the surrounding waters, creating rich chemical pockets that support unique and often extraordinary ecosystems. Strange creatures, perfectly adapted to these extreme environments, thrive in the warmth and nutrients around hydrothermal vents, some surviving where sunlight never reaches. In this hidden, fiery world beneath the waves, life finds a way, demonstrating the resilience and adaptability of nature, and reminding us that even in the most extreme corners of the ocean, mysteries and wonders abound, waiting quietly to be discovered. The ocean is a world of motion and mystery, its currents moving silently yet powerfully across the globe. One of the most remarkable systems is the thermohaline circulation, often called the ocean's global conveyor belt. This vast, slow-moving network of currents is driven by subtle differences in water temperature and salt content. Warm, salty surface waters flow from the tropical regions toward the poles, where they cool, become denser, and sink deep into the ocean. This slow but steady circulation carries heat, nutrients, and life itself across thousands of kilometers, helping to regulate Earth's climate and linking distant oceans in a complex, invisible dance. Far below the sunlit surface, in the perpetual darkness of the deep sea, life has evolved astonishing adaptations. Some creatures generate their own light through bioluminescence, creating a magical glow in a world where sunlight never reaches. This natural illumination arises from chemical reactions within their bodies and serves countless purposes, luring prey, confusing predators, or even communicating in ways we are only beginning to understand. The anglerfish dangles a glowing lure to draw in unsuspecting victims, while certain species of squid use flashes of light to disappear into the surrounding darkness. In this hidden realm, light itself becomes a tool, a survival strategy, and a breathtaking spectacle. The ocean also harbors creatures of unimaginable size. Among them, the blue whale reigns as the largest animal ever to have lived on Earth. These gentle giants can stretch up to 30 meters in length and weigh as much as 200 tons. Despite their enormous size, their diet consists almost entirely of tiny, shrimp-like creatures called krill. The sheer scale of these majestic beings, gliding gracefully through vast oceans, is a humbling reminder of the immense breadth and wonder of marine life. As you imagine the glowing lights of the deep, the mysterious currents of the global conveyor belt, and the slow, graceful movements of the ocean's gentle giants, let yourself drift into a state of calm. Allow the rhythm of the sea to guide your thoughts, carrying you on a journey through hidden depths and silent expanses. Let the wonders of the ocean lull you into restful sleep and drift away on the endless conveyor belt of dreams, embraced by the quiet, eternal heartbeat of the deep. The ocean is a world of endless variety, not just in the creatures it harbors, but in the very water itself. Its salinity, the concentration of dissolved salts, shifts across vast distances, shaping currents, influencing water density, and determining where marine life can thrive. Some seas, like the Red Sea, are exceptionally salty, their waters evaporating under the relentless sun to leave behind shimmering concentrations of salt. In contrast, bodies of water like the Baltic Sea are far less salty, replenished continuously by the fresh water flowing from rivers and rainfall. These subtle variations create a dynamic, ever-changing seascape, a living mosaic where every drop of water tells a story, and life has adapted to flourish in every unique corner. Among the ocean's most enduring wonders are the coral reefs, silent architects of beauty and life. Some reefs have persisted for more than 10,000 years, quietly withstanding the rise and fall of sea levels, shifts in climate, and the ceaseless march of time itself. Layer by layer, tiny coral polyps build intricate, sprawling structures that blossom into vibrant underwater cities. Every nook and cranny provides shelter for fish, crustaceans, mollusks, and countless other forms of marine life. These ancient reefs are not just havens of biodiversity. They are living records of resilience, testament to the delicate balance and persistence of life across millennia. Among these marvels lies the crown jewel, the Great Barrier Reef. Stretching over 2,300 kilometers along the northeastern coast of Australia, it is the largest living structure on Earth, visible even from the vastness of space. Billions of tiny coral polyps have contributed to this monumental tapestry over thousands of years, creating a bustling city of life beneath the waves. Colorful fish dart among the corals, soft corals sway like underwater forests, and countless species of invertebrates, sponges, and algae cohabit in perfect, complex harmony. The reef pulses with life, a silent symphony of movement, color, and survival, offering a glimpse into the extraordinary richness of the ocean world. Below the sunlit shallows, the deep sea begins, an immense, shadowy realm that makes up the largest habitat on Earth by volume. Starting around 200 meters below the surface, it stretches across more than half of our planet, holding over 90% of the ocean's water. Here, the world is cold, dark, and under immense pressure, yet life has not only survived, it has thrived. Bioluminescent creatures glow like living lanterns, their light flickering in the eternal darkness. Giant squid navigate the inky blackness, while other strange, alien-like organisms drift and hunt in a realm that remains largely unexplored. Despite its remoteness, the deep sea hums with subtle activity, a quiet reminder that life can flourish even under the most extreme conditions, in ways we are only beginning to imagine. As you imagine the shifting salinity of distant seas, the ancient, enduring reefs, the monumental Great Barrier Reef, and the mysterious, glowing depths of the deep ocean, let your mind drift into a state of calm. Feel the pulse of the tides, the gentle sway of kelp forests, and the silent movements of countless marine creatures surrounding you. Allow the vastness, the timelessness, and the hidden wonders of the ocean to lull you into a deep, restorative peace. Let your thoughts float gently on the currents of imagination, carried into dreams as expansive, tranquil, and mysterious as the ocean itself. In this quiet underwater world, every creature, every wave, and every shimmer of light invites you to relax, to wonder, and to surrender to the eternal rhythm of the sea. Beneath the ocean's surface lie regions known as dead zones, areas where oxygen levels have fallen so low that most marine life cannot survive. These zones often form when nutrient pollution, caused by fertilizers, wastewater, or runoff, fuels massive algae blooms. When the algae die and sink, their decomposition consumes the oxygen in the surrounding water, leaving a silent, lifeless expanse. Dead zones can devastate local fisheries, disrupt delicate ecosystems, and diminish the richness of the ocean. Alarmingly, these zones have been growing worldwide, a quiet reminder of the delicate balance that sustains marine life and the consequences of human influence on the seas. In contrast, the ocean also harbors places of extraordinary energy and life, such as hydrothermal vents. These underwater geysers are often found near volcanic regions, where the Earth's heat escapes through cracks in the seafloor. Superheated, mineral-rich water gushes from these vents, creating pockets of chemical abundance in the darkness. Here, life thrives without sunlight. Instead of photosynthesis, organisms rely on chemosynthesis, where bacteria convert chemicals like hydrogen sulfide into energy. These bacteria form the foundation of an intricate food web that supports tube worms, giant clams, and peculiar fish, crafting vibrant communities in the most extreme and shadowed corners of the ocean. It is a world where life has learned to flourish in ways that challenge our imagination, revealing nature's adaptability and resilience. Among the ocean's most remarkable inhabitants is the sperm whale, whose brain is the largest of any known animal, weighing around 7 kilograms. This immense organ allows sperm whales to engage in complex behaviors, diving over 2,000 meters into the darkness in pursuit of giant squid, communicating with intricate vocalizations and maintaining sophisticated social structures. Using echolocation, these gentle giants navigate the pitch-black depths with precision, coordinating hunts and interacting with their pods in ways that reflect intelligence, memory, and cooperation on a scale that inspires awe. The ocean's energy is not only found in its creatures, but also in its movement. Waves, created by the wind, can travel thousands of miles across the open sea without losing significant energy. They carry the power of distant storms, shaping coastlines, stirring nutrients, and influencing the rhythms of marine life far from their origin. The ceaseless motion of the waves reminds us that the ocean is alive, an immense and interconnected system, pulsing with energy, life, and motion. From the silent emptiness of the dead zones to the thriving, glowing communities at hydrothermal vents, from the majestic dives of sperm whales to the unstoppable travel of waves across vast distances, the ocean is a realm of endless wonder and energy. Yet, even this immense power can be a source of calm. As you imagine these dynamic, bustling, and mysterious worlds beneath the waves, allow their energy to dissipate gently into your mind. Feel the pulse of the ocean, the rhythm of its waves, and the quiet life within its depths carrying you into a state of serene rest. Let the ocean's vastness lull you into a deep, restorative sleep, cradled by the eternal heartbeat of the sea. The ocean is not only a home for countless creatures, it is a vast, living regulator of our planet's climate, a silent giant that breathes with the rhythm of the earth. It absorbs roughly 30% of the carbon dioxide produced by humans, drawing it from the atmosphere and acting as one of Earth's most important carbon sinks. This quiet process helps slow the pace of global warming, but it comes with a delicate cost. As carbon dissolves in seawater, it creates subtle chemical changes, leading to ocean acidification. This gradual shift can affect the tiniest of creatures, from corals building their fragile skeletons to mollusks and microscopic plankton, each reliant on calcium carbonate to survive. Life in the ocean depends on this invisible chemical rhythm, a balance so precise that even the smallest disturbance sends ripples through entire ecosystems. The ocean's ability to store carbon is staggering. It holds nearly 20 times more carbon than the entire atmosphere, creating an immense reservoir that quietly stabilizes Earth's climate. Every day, trillions of microscopic plants, known as phytoplankton, drift through sunlit waters, absorbing carbon through photosynthesis. These tiny, floating architects of life anchor the marine food web. When they die, their carbon-rich bodies slowly sink to the seafloor, traveling through the hidden, shadowed depths, locking away carbon for centuries and linking the bustling surface world to the quiet, ancient ocean below. In their delicate existence lies the foundation of life, supporting everything from the tiniest fish to the largest whales, a subtle, invisible network of life that sustains the vast ocean in silence. Phytoplankton populations also experience seasonal blooms, periods of explosive growth when sunlight, nutrients, and water conditions align perfectly. These blooms can be so immense they are visible from space, painting the ocean with swirls of green and blue, a living artwork stretching across the horizon. Each bloom fuels the food web, nourishing fish, whales, and countless other creatures, while simultaneously producing oxygen, a gift that reaches every corner of our planet, filling the atmosphere with the breath of life. These microscopic beings, though invisible to most, hold the power to shape entire ecosystems, reminding us that even the smallest life can wield extraordinary influence. Along the tropical coastlines, mangrove forests rise like guardians of the sea, their twisting, tangled roots forming intricate networks that stabilize sediments and protect shorelines from the relentless power of waves and storm surges. Within these roots, fish hide, crabs scuttle, and birds perch, all thriving in this sanctuary built by nature's quiet hands. Mangroves are not only protectors, they are powerful carbon sinks, storing immense amounts of carbon in their dense wood and rich soils, often surpassing terrestrial forests in their ability to capture and hold carbon. They are living reminders of the ocean's quiet resilience, offering shelter, sustenance, and balance in a fragile world, standing as sentinels along the edge of land and sea. As you imagine the microscopic plankton drifting beneath sunlit waves, the immense stores of carbon locked deep within the ocean, and the protective mangrove forest swaying gently along distant coasts, let your own breath slow and deepen. Feel yourself connected to this vast, blue world, moving in rhythm with the tides, the currents, and the quiet pulse of life beneath the waves. Picture the light dancing across the water's surface, the hidden depths brimming with life, and the endless energy circulating through the ocean's invisible arteries. Let this vision carry you into a state of calm, allowing the life-giving power of the sea to fill your mind and body. You are cradled by the ocean's quiet strength, embraced by its nurturing flow, and carried softly into a peaceful, restorative sleep. Here, in the endless, mysterious expanse of the ocean, may your dreams be deep, expansive, and serene, mirroring the infinite, tranquil beauty of the waters themselves. Beneath the waves, countless creatures quietly shape the ocean's delicate balance, performing roles that are often unseen yet essential to the health of the seas. Take the humble sea cucumber, for example. These soft-bodied animals crawl slowly along the seabed, feeding on detritus, sand, and organic matter that drifts down from above. As they consume this material, they break it down, digest it, and excrete nutrient-rich waste that nourishes the ocean floor. In this way, sea cucumbers recycle essential nutrients, enriching the sediments that support microscopic life, bacteria, algae, and other tiny organisms that form the foundation of the marine food web. Larger fish, crustaceans, and invertebrates depend on these microscopic communities for survival, creating a chain of life that stretches across the ocean. The quiet work of these unassuming creatures reminds us that even the smallest actions can ripple outward to sustain life on a grand scale, a silent labor that underpins the balance of the seas. Other marine life has adapted to survive in extreme and challenging conditions, demonstrating nature's resilience and ingenuity. Some plants, for example, have evolved to endure environments with exceptionally high salinity, where few other life forms can persist. Specialized cells expel excess salt, while roots filter and regulate salt intake, allowing these plants to thrive in harsh waters. Mangrove forests, with their intricate, twisting root systems, are a prime example. These resilient trees anchor themselves in tidal soils, filtering salt from seawater while stabilizing sediments along coastlines. Mangroves provide shelter and breeding grounds for countless marine species, fish, crabs, birds, and even small mammals, acting as guardians of the shore. Their dense roots form labyrinthine habitats that ripple with life, a testament to the ocean's ability to sustain and protect life even in extreme conditions. Yet, even as the ocean teems with adaptation and resilience, it is not untouched by change. Over the past century, the surface waters of our seas have warmed significantly, reshaping ecosystems in profound ways. Coral reefs, once vibrant and colorful, now face stress and bleaching as the water heats beyond the tolerance of the delicate corals. Fish and other marine animals migrate toward cooler waters, seeking refuge and altering food webs along the way. Warmer oceans also intensify storms and hurricanes, sending waves of energy across the seas, reshaping coastlines and reminding us of the immense power, fragility, and interconnectedness of this living world. Each ripple, each current, carries a story of adaptation, struggle, and resilience, a reminder that life beneath the waves is in constant motion and balance. Among the ocean's most formidable inhabitants are its apex predators, such as the oceanic white-tip shark. Recognizable by the distinctive white tips on their fins, these powerful hunters glide through open waters with confidence and precision. Known for their boldness, oceanic whitetips have occasionally interacted with humans, particularly shipwreck survivors or divers, yet their ecological role is indispensable. As apex predators, they regulate the populations of other species, ensuring that no single group dominates, maintaining the delicate balance of the marine ecosystem. Sadly, overfishing and the loss of habitat have made these magnificent creatures vulnerable, reminding us that even the mightiest of ocean dwellers are part of the intricate and fragile web of life. The ocean story extends far beyond the creatures themselves. Currents flow like veins through this living body, transporting nutrients, oxygen, and energy across vast distances. Tiny plankton drift in the sunlit waters, creating blooms that ripple with life and provide food for whales, fish, and countless other species. Soft corals sway gently with the tides, while sponges filter the water, quietly cleansing the sea. Sea cucumbers sift the sand, sharks patrol the open water, and mangroves anchor life along the shore. Each organism, each motion, each subtle current contributes to the ocean's rhythm, creating a world that is at once immense, intricate, and deeply interconnected. As you picture this underwater symphony, let your mind slow and your breath deepen. Imagine the quiet labor of the sea cucumber, the twisting roots of mangroves, the gliding oceanic white tip, and the flowing currents that carry life across the vast expanse. Feel yourself merging with this rhythm, the pulse of the ocean lulling your body and mind into serenity. Let the gentle sway of the waves, the hidden life beneath the surface, and the vast, mysterious blue of the ocean cradle you. Surrender to this calm, allowing yourself to drift, replenished and renewed, into a peaceful, restorative sleep. Like the ocean itself, you are vast, connected, and alive, held in the embrace of the endless, nurturing rhythm of the seas. Beneath the ocean's shimmering surface, life thrives in ways both delicate and extraordinary, a world of subtle rhythms, endless motion, and astonishing partnerships. Take coral reefs, for instance. These magnificent underwater structures, built by countless tiny animals called polyps, are among the most intricate and vibrant ecosystems on Earth. Yet their survival depends on a delicate symbiosis with microscopic algae known as zooxanthellae. Nestled within the coral's tissues, these algae perform photosynthesis, transforming sunlight into energy that sustains the coral itself. In return, the algae are granted shelter, protection from predators, and a stable environment in which to flourish. Together, this silent partnership allows reefs to thrive even in nutrient-poor waters, forming sprawling underwater cities teeming with color, movement, and life, a luminous tapestry of cooperation that has persisted for millions of years. Schools of fish weave in and out of the coral branches, shrimp scuttle across hidden crevices, and tiny invertebrates cling to the intricate latticework, all dependent on this extraordinary collaboration. Other ocean inhabitants display equally remarkable adaptations, each sculpted by millions of years of evolution. Certain fish and cephalopods, for example, possess the ability to change their colors and patterns almost instantaneously. Specialized cells called chromatophores enable cuttlefish, squid, and some reef fish to blend seamlessly with the seafloor, evading predators or stealthily approaching their prey. These color shifts are not purely for camouflage. They also serve as a sophisticated language of the deep, signaling moods, readiness to mate, or warnings to rivals. Watching such creatures in motion is like witnessing living light and shadow, a ballet of survival and communication performed with breathtaking precision. The ocean is not only a realm of beauty, but also a theater of constant adaptation, where each flicker of color, each movement, tells a story of resilience and ingenuity. Far below, beyond the reach of sunlight, the deep ocean is a realm of quiet mystery, a world both alien and magnificent. Here, a constant cascade of organic material drifts downward through the water column, a phenomenon known as marine snow. Tiny flakes of dead plankton, algae, and detritus slowly sink through the dim, silent depths, connecting the vibrant life of the surface with the hidden ecosystems below. This steady fall of nourishment sustains deep sea creatures that would otherwise exist in complete isolation, providing energy to survive in an environment devoid of sunlight. Strange, glowing animals drift through the darkness, their bodies illuminated by bioluminescence, tiny lanterns in an eternal night. Tubular worms, spiny crabs, and unusual fish feed on this drifting snow, relying on the subtle generosity of the surface world to continue their slow, deliberate lives. Some denizens of the deep live lives measured in centuries rather than decades. The Greenland shark, one of the longest living vertebrates on Earth, can survive for over 200 years, slowly moving through the frigid waters of the North Atlantic and Arctic Oceans. These gentle giants grow and age at an almost imperceptible pace, their metabolism so slow that time itself seems to pass differently around them. Observing their existence is a meditation in patience, a reminder that life in the ocean operates on rhythms and scales far beyond human comprehension. In this silent endurance lies a profound lesson. Time is vast, measured not in hours or days, but in centuries, and life adapts quietly, persistently, with an almost imperceptible grace. As you picture the intricate dance of coral and algae, the dazzling camouflage of color-shifting fish, the gentle descent of marine snow, and the centuries-long drift of Greenland sharks through frigid waters, let your own thoughts and heartbeat slow. Feel the steady pulse of the ocean, the gentle undulations of currents moving across thousands of miles, carrying energy, life, and nutrients through a world largely unseen. Imagine the muffled sound of water flowing over coral branches, the distant calls of whales echoing across deep canyons, and the faint glow of bioluminescent creatures illuminating the midnight zones. Allow yourself to merge with this rhythm, the quiet, eternal cadence of life beneath the waves. Let the patience, resilience, and interconnected wonder of the ocean seep into your mind. Picture yourself drifting effortlessly along its currents, cradled by the deep, swaying gently with the water. Let each ripple, each wave, each shimmer of light guide you into serenity, allowing tension to dissolve. The vastness of the ocean reminds you of your own place within this living, breathing world, a part of the endless, nurturing rhythm that connects every creature, every particle, and every movement. Surrender to this tranquility and allow yourself to drift, replenished and renewed, into a deep, restorative sleep. Imagine the ocean as a cradle, carrying you softly on its eternal tides, where dreams flow like gentle currents, vast, mysterious, and endlessly peaceful. Some sea turtles are among the ocean's most extraordinary navigators, traveling thousands of miles across vast, featureless seas to return to the very beaches where they were born. These ancient mariners glide effortlessly through sunlit waves and shadowed depths, guided by a sense that seems almost magical. Scientists have discovered that sea turtles use the Earth's magnetic field as a natural GPS, sensing subtle variations in the planet's magnetism to chart courses across thousands of kilometers of open ocean. With each stroke of their powerful flippers, they follow invisible lines of magnetic force, tracing routes that have been repeated for generations. In these silent journeys, we can sense a profound connection between life and the planet itself, a quiet intelligence woven into the very fabric of the seas, linking creatures to Earth's rhythms and guiding them home across endless horizons. Beneath the surface, the ocean continues its slow, steady work, a living, breathing system of cycles and flows. Deep, cold waters rise to the surface in a process known as upwelling, bringing with them a wealth of nutrients that fuel the growth of microscopic phytoplankton. These tiny, sun-loving plants drift through the currents, converting sunlight into energy and sustaining entire marine food webs. Schools of fish gather in these fertile waters, feeding on the abundance, while larger predators, including whales, follow the rhythms of life created by these invisible blooms. Upwelling zones, such as those off the coast of California and Peru, are some of the most productive areas in the ocean, creating rich ecosystems and sustaining human communities that rely on the bounty of the sea. The rise and fall of these currents, imperceptible yet vital, remind us that the ocean is not static. It is alive, constantly moving, shaping life above and below its surface. The ocean also interacts gently with the sun, reflecting a portion of its energy back into space. On average, about 6% of incoming solar radiation is reflected from the surface, a phenomenon known as albedo. Though subtle, this reflection plays a critical role in regulating Earth's climate, helping maintain temperatures, influencing weather patterns, and shaping the health of ecosystems. Changes in ocean conditions can alter this delicate balance, showing us that the ocean and all life upon it are intimately connected, parts of a single, harmonious system that responds to every shift in temperature, current, and tide. Even the smallest life forms contribute to this intricate oceanic symphony. Certain marine bacteria, for example, have developed the remarkable ability to break down plastic, slowly converting human-made pollution into less harmful components. While the process is gradual, it is a quiet testament to the ingenuity of life and the resilience of the ocean. Every organism, from these microscopic cleaners to the mighty sea turtles navigating across continents, participates in an intricate network of cycles, sustaining the ocean's health, balancing ecosystems, and quietly adapting to change. As our journey beneath the waves nears its end, allow the vast, quiet expanse of the ocean to settle gently in your mind. Picture sea turtles gliding gracefully across the invisible magnetic highways of the earth, flippers slicing through the currents with purpose and patience. Imagine upwelling waters rising from the depths, carrying nutrients that swirl into sunlit blooms of green and blue. See phytoplankton drifting like shimmering snowflakes, feeding life from the smallest fish to the largest whales. Visualize bacteria slowly breaking down the remnants of human impact, working tirelessly to restore balance. Feel the soft glint of sunlight on the rolling surface, the endless pulse of waves, and the gentle whisper of currents moving across the ocean's expanse. Let the rhythm of the ocean, timeless and steady, guide your thoughts into calm. Feel yourself drifting with the water, weightless and serene, carried along by the currents, embraced by the ocean's vast, nurturing expanse. Sense the enduring partnerships of life, the slow passage of time, and the ceaseless flow of energy and matter surrounding you. Allow this immense, life-filled world to cradle your mind, lulling you into deep, restorative sleep. Let your breath synchronize with the gentle sway of waves, your heartbeat match the pulse of tides, and your mind drift freely, carried on the endless, nurturing currents of the sea. Thank you for joining me on this calming exploration. Sleep well, stay curious, and until we meet again, let the gentle, infinite embrace of the ocean carry you peacefully through the night, into dreams as vast, mysterious,